welcome to Mystic Radio with the giggling Robin Alexis from Mystical Mount Shasta today. If it's Friday or Sunday, it is Mystic Radio. Robin and I welcome our listeners from all over the world to call the show today. It's your calls and questions that make our live call-in show so intriguing. So if you have a metaphysical question for Robin, the toll-free number is 888-298-5569. Locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. Call us now, get in the queue. We want to welcome all the listeners who have just come over from the Manson Mitchell program. We hope you will enjoy us here on Mystic Radio as much as you enjoy their program. And would you like to communicate with your animals, living or in spirit, in a way that society says is only possible in the movies and fairy tales? Have you ever wondered what your pet's past lives are, or if you had past lives with them? Robin Alexis is a world-class animal communicator and past life reader. So call in now with your past life questions or your pet questions. Or have you ever seen a spacecraft? Or do you have vague memories of being abducted and you don't know how to make sense of the experience? Robin Alexis has been abducted multiple times, and she can assist you in clarifying your experience. So give us a call now. Toll-free number 888-298-5569. Locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. Call us now.
Hey everybody, this is Robin Alexis, and yes, I have been giggling. I will try to keep a straight face while I am speaking with you. And you may wonder why I have such an expansive ability to communicate metaphysically. It's because I've had 3 near-death experiences. I have had multiple experiences with our space brothers and sisters, some of whom I don't like, and some I do. So there is an expansive venue of what you can call in and ask me on this show, but the intention of Mystic Radio has always been to empower you to know, trust, and act upon your own knowing. But for now, let's have you know that I invite you to call in and ask me a question. And remember, this show is an experience, not an explanation. It will be based on whoever calls in and what they ask, what will come through on the show. Now, if you do have any further questions or concerns about how I may serve you on the air or off the air, you can go to robinalexis.com. Bob?
If you have a metaphysical question for Robin, if you want to know about your pet's past lives or your own past lives, or you've been abducted, give us a call now. Talk to Robin. Work out these experiences with her. So the toll-free number is 888-298-5569. And locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. Call us now. Speak to Robin. And when you call in, or if you're on hold, you have one question to ask Robin, so make it a good one. The numbers again, 888-298-5569. Locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. 5527. Well, we have a great show for you coming up today with our courageous callers. Now, callers, please take your phone off speaker and turn off your radio or computer before you get on the call with Robin. I'm going to play the gong to clear the energy for the show today, and then we'll get to your questions. So how many gongs today?
I need 7 so that we can speak. Both of us. There you go. That's better. It's already clearing the energy. Woo.
7, 7, 7. Small hits on the gong. Now we'll get to your questions. We've got April from Colorado, who's looking for some healing on Mystic Radio today. April, welcome to Mystic Radio. You're on with Robin and Bob.
Hi, Robin and Bob. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Nice to hear from you. How may we serve you?
I'm wondering if you can use your medical intuitive abilities to take a look at my field. I have been hit recently with all kinds of stuff, and I just want to make sure that this is part of my healing journey and not some weird side path that I'm on.
Well, it does feel like there's some complex issues presenting, and they do feel like they are sort of bottled up or bottlenecked someplace in front of your third eye area, outside of your physical body. They're showing up in your emotional body, and this energy sort of it looks very, very balled up right there. So let me just see if we can talk to that ball of energy first and find out if it's yours, someone else's, or a combination of energy. And I do get that it's yours. So let's ask for that energy to know that you are aware that it's like that, and that you would like to listen to it to see what it can tell you. There, it's already starting to relax. Just the fact that we've communicated with these emotions that are in that part of your frequency, I can feel that energy starting to relax, just in the sense that we're observing it and witnessing it and letting it know that it's safe to reveal itself. And now, as the package of energy is dissipating, I see you as a little girl, maybe 8 years old. You're adorable, and you have a little dress on. And I see you as the adult April reaching your hand out to the little girl, but I can see that she can't see you, that you're doing that. So let's see if we can get the little girl to see that you are right here for her. Actually, she just ran into your arms, and you're hugging her, and now you're taking her hand and you're walking her over to a different energy. I'm not quite certain what it is, but whatever the energy is, it appears to be white and like a yellow golden energy. And you're standing in front of her while you've put her kind of in this image of these colors. And she's looking at you a little confused, like, you invited me back, but now you're putting me in this light, and what's going on. And you're saying to her that you realize that when she came back to you, she was the one that was running that backed up energy. And so you want her to know from a very young age that she is empowered to be able to have a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings. You're explaining to her that she's an empathic intuitive, and that it's really important for her to feel safe. Even though she's this inner girl of you, she doesn't need to have you do it for her. You're empowering her to do it for herself. And you're explaining to her that you want her to keep her innocence, you want her to keep her purity, but you also want her to know that she does have the power to protect that within her own system. And now she's smiling at you, and she does have these big wet tears coming down her cheeks, but they're happy tears. And she's looking at you with these huge eyes, like she's just extraordinarily amazed that you loved her enough to empower her. And I'm seeing a being stepping around. I'm not sure that it's Yeshua, but it's a being who's talking about if you teach someone to fish, they can eat for a lifetime, whereas if you give them a fish, they eat for a meal. And this is the kind of thing that you're doing with this inner girl, is that you're teaching her how to do her own fishing and how to then be able to feed herself energetically. So now she's stepping out of that white-yellow light. You're taking her hand again, and this time both of you are walking to observe you as you are in your home, and this part of you that's observing you and this inner girl who are looking at you in your body, they're the ones who are scanning you as a medical intuitive. So here's that place where, we talk about on the show, where our job is to empower each one of us to know, trust, and act upon our own knowing. And what we're seeing is that this inner girl, as she's returned to you, and you as your observer self looking at you, you have medical intuitive abilities as well. So what I am supposed to do is empower you, like you empowered your inner girl, to know that you have this skill set also, and that it's, I find it difficult to look at myself, but I can see that you have in many, many incarnations been able to be a medical intuitive and with a like an analysis ability to look at yourself and others to know what needs to be done. So I've been speaking very quickly about a lot of things. Before I continue here, I'd like you to tell me what your experience is so far with this call.
Well, I'm relieved. I had done some of this work already, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I think I'm a little confused because I did run that little girl through the Venus portal before bringing her back, and I thought that we had cleared most of those emotions, but clearly I missed something.
Well, yeah, and that's because you needed to know something. You can't bring something through all the way if it has something that is in your highest good to know. So it's not that you did it wrong or it didn't work, it's that it actually did work and you needed more information so that you could understand yourself better. Do you understand that?
Yes. And how do I ask that within myself? I just say I need more information and it unfolds?
Well, I would say that if you sense that there's something that feels lingering after you do a soul retrieval or inner child retrieval on your own, if you feel like something is still kind of lingering, then I would sit and say, okay, that didn't feel smooth. What is it that I need to know? And then see what comes through. So in terms of being a medical intuitive, have you ever felt that you could intuitively read yourself or others and get information about the body wellness?
Yes. It usually just pops into my head and it doesn't make any sense.
Whoa, boy, I can relate to that. Okay, so when something initially doesn't make any sense, can you give me an example of something like that so I can walk you through how to listen to yourself?
Like dreams. I'll just get a quick glimpse of something and be like, that was weird. What did that mean?
Okay, and normally when you have a dream or a glimpse, what do you do with that information? Do you just dismiss it, or do you, sit with it and meditate?
I usually write it down and try and figure out what the metaphor was.
So in other words, you use your mind to try to figure out what you received for information intuitively. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that usually doesn't work for me. So let's offer you a different way. If you could bring the information to your heart and maybe even, sit for a couple of minutes and maybe put your hands over your heart and ask for your heart mind to give you more detailed information about what it is that you received intuitively. How does that sound for you?
That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. I hope you feel much better, and congratulations on being so self-empowered, April. This is beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you both. Have a great day.
If you have a metaphysical question for Robin, the toll-free number now is 888-298-5569, locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. Give us a call now. Talk to Robin after the break. This is Mystic Radio.
Mystic medium and metaphysical mother Robin Alexis is once again inviting you to schedule your personal one-on-one phone sessions with her. Robin offers you her expertise with a psychology background and her acclaimed metaphysical skills. She's a Reiki master and has been in private practice assisting people to figure out their life concerns for over 30 years. Whether you've just heard about her or like thousands of others who've worked with her on Mystic Radio and in personal readings, you know a session with Robin Alexis can change your life. Robin has a profound skill set that includes past life readings and being a medium who speaks with family, friends, and pets who've transitioned. Robin is also an adept medical intuitive whose abilities range from being able to balance your chakras and energy systems to having a special gift of helping mothers to become pregnant when nothing else has worked. Mystic Robin Alexis can assist you to feel the power of your own mind, your own heart, and your own ability to create the life you deserve. Schedule your sessions with Robin now in the Mystic Store at RobinAlexis.com. That's RobinAlexis.com or call 530-859-2499. That's 530-859-2499. Call, schedule your appointment, and change your life now.
Have you been wondering what your past lives are? Have you wondered what your pets' past lives are? Or if you have past lives with your pets? It would be so fascinating for you to find out, wouldn't it? If you would like to book a session with me to explore your or your pet's past lives, you can call Bob at 530-859-2499 or visit robinalexis.com and book in the Mystic Store.
Robin is offering a new service for clients, a Reiki Week with Robin Alexis. Having a Reiki Week with Robin is amazing. She takes you to places inside of yourself that you never knew existed. Whatever issues you might have, Robin is able to look at them from many perspectives, including the influence of your past lives, your higher purpose, your soul contracts, and your overall well-being. Robin works with her team of ascended masters, archangels, and spirit guides who will assist you as needed. Monday through Friday, Robin sends you remote Reiki for 1 hour each day. Then, via text, she sends you detailed and specific information about what she clairvoyantly saw during your private 1-hour session that day. Robin's Reiki Week can transform your life and help you to open up to your truth, your love, and give you a higher perspective. Schedule your Reiki Week with Robin Alexis now. Call Bob at 530-859-2499. That's 530-859-2499 to schedule now.
If you're a parent or teacher, it can be especially difficult to hear about yet another school shooting. With so much emotion around this issue, know that there is support out there to help you, your children, or your students cope. By listening or reading the calming and beautiful story, Donkeys, Humans, Butterflies, and Guns by Robin Alexis, a book written to help with the sensitive issue facing our world today. Find Donkeys, Humans, Butterflies, and Guns by Robin Alexis on Amazon, iTunes, or Audible.
Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/1150kknw.
Welcome back to Mystic Radio with Robin Alexis from Mystical, Manchester, California. If it's Friday or Sunday, it's Mystic Radio, and if you missed this live portion, you can listen on Sundays to Alternative Talk 1150 KKNW, and you get a rebroadcast of today's program. Now, to schedule your one-on-one sessions with Robin, call us at 530-859-2499 or visit robinalexis.com and book your private one-on-one session in the Mystic Store. And while on our website, robinalexis.com, you are invited to listen to the archives of Mystic Radio on our YouTube channel. You can receive free Reiki healings, and Robin has a great blog you won't want to miss. So give us a call now if you want to talk to Robin on the show today with a metaphysical question. The toll-free number is 888-298-5569, locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. And would you like to communicate with your animals? Robin is a world-class animal communicator and past life reader. So you can give us a call now and you can talk to find out what your pets are thinking about you. Or have you ever seen a spacecraft? Or do you have vague memories of being abducted? Well, Robin's been abducted multiple times and she can assist you in clarifying this experience. Well, let's get back to, let me give the phone numbers out again. If anybody wants to give us a call and talk to Robin today, the toll-free number in the country, 888-298-5569. Locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. Let's get back to our callers, and we've got Kathy Jo from somewhere in Washington. Welcome, Kathy Jo, to Mystic Radio. You're on with Robin and Bob.
Hi there.
Hi there. Oh, you have good energy.
Thank you.
How can I help?
To talk to you today. I would like to discuss my dog, Loretta. She is 9, and she is a great dog. But she has a couple of really strange habits that I don't understand. And one of them is when anyone new comes in the house, she will run at them and lunge and bark, and it's very scary for people coming in my house. She will not bite. We have two smaller dogs. They bully her. And but she will act so aggressive, and I just don't understand why, because she's the most gentle spirit, and she's a gentle soul. So that's always been a confusing thing. And the second part is she's having some physical issues, and I'd like you to tell me where she hurts.
Okay, so first of all, the reason why she lunges like that is because she is a gentle spirit. And so when she initially has someone new coming into the home, she acts obsessively aggressive because she doesn't want them to see that she's a pushover. And so there's a way that I think you could help her by talking to her maybe ahead of time. And if you know someone's going to be coming, you could explain to her a little bit about them so that she doesn't have the same reaction to her own self-mechanism of protecting her gentle spirit. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, I actually know some humans who do that are very, very sensitive people, and they will be very aggressive in the beginning until, they can get their bearings at being around situations. So
it's like a defense mechanism then.
Absolutely. And so I think working with that will help her tremendously, because she doesn't realize that you can help her with that, but you can. Okay. So in terms of her health issues, she feels to me like she's sort of maybe achy all over is the sensation I get. How does she behave?
She's still very, she plays hard when we go to the park, and she runs hard. She comes home and she's very sore. And so we've done some laser treatments at the vet. We give her glucosamine supplements. I'm interested in learning more about massage, but she's tender. And so touching her like in her hip area she'll let me do it, but then she'll turn around and, bark and,
Okay, so what's happening, I think, is that her body is imitating how she is with her own self-protection. And so when she's in her play, she's in her play, but when she's, that's such an extreme vibration that it's kind of put her body in pain. And so one of the ways I think you can help her is to tell her that her body is mimicking her strategy of protecting herself. And so maybe, you can help her with that. Also, do you know who Nels Rasmussen is?
No.
Okay. Why don't you email Bob at bob@robinalexis.com, and he'll get you that contact information. He does remote work healing on pets, and I think
energy work?
Yes.
Perfect.
And my feeling is that he would be able to assist her. The other thing I would highly recommend is on my website, robinalexis.com, I have 3 Reiki healing portals. And there's one in particular I think that would be very helpful for her, and it's the Violet Flame Reiki healing portal. And the reason why I think that might be really good for her is, number one, I know other pet owners who use it for their pets, and they tell me it helps. What they do is they take a picture of the pet and they put it in front of the portal when it's on the website. And of course that's free. So then what you can do is look at your own behavior too and go, okay, if I'm got the Reiki healing portal on, how is it changing me? And that will also help you work with your own pet. So for example, when I use my own Reiki healing portal with the Violet Flame on my website, what I find is that my brain works better. And when my brain works better, I'm more efficient, and then I don't drop into like emotional eating because I feel bad because I didn't achieve all my overachieving goals. So there's different ways that as we manage our own energy, we'll be able to have more clarity about how we can actually help our pets.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's my
Thank you.
insight for her. Now, she's actually starting to talk too, so that was me looking at her. Let's see what Loretta is going to say. Loretta is saying that she really likes going to the park, and she really likes being busy and active, and that sometimes she gets bored. So
Yes.
even though she has, all of this activity, what could you do with her that would help her not be bored? Even if it's, I don't know, put on dog videos? I mean, what do you do for a board?
Music, maybe?
Music?
Some pleasant music. Ask
Yeah.
the dog
That's
what kind of
great.
music they like.
Well, that's a good
Soft
idea.
rock, soft music, soft jazz,
Oh
See,
my
see what
God.
the dog likes.
We should do that
Perfect.
with our cats, Bob.
Okay, let's get back to the call.
No,
There
that's
is
great.
right. Well, so Loretta is bored and all this other stuff. So Kathy Jo, thank you so much for calling into the show. And Loretta, we love you too. Take care, you
Oh,
two.
thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, would you like to communicate with your animals? Have you ever wondered what your animals think of you, or what your animals' past lives are, or if you had past lives with these animals? So you can call Robin now. Or have you ever seen a spacecraft? Or do you have vague memories of being abducted and you don't know how to make sense of the experience? Give us a call now. The toll-free number is 888-298-5569. Locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. Give us a call now. And we are going to go to, I'm going to preface this by saying the coolest, most unique name of a city I have ever seen, and it is Kristen from Dripping Springs, Texas. Hi, Kristen. Welcome to Mystic Radio. You're on with Robin and Bob.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, what a great name of a town. How big a town is it?
Well, the population of the town is about 2,000, but it's a big suburb of Austin.
Oh,
So-
okay. Well, that's a good place to live. Okay.
Live. It's
How can I
kind
help
of
you,
the-
Kristen?
Well, I don't really haven't formed a question, but I think that I'm most curious about in this life that I lead right now is my past life. And I don't have a specific question about that. I just want to know whatever you see concerning me and a past life. Anything. I don't have a specific reason to ask that. I'm just really curious.
Well, it's very, very insightful of you to feel that prompting. What I'm sensing is that some people just have a past life, and you go and you talk about it and you remind them of what it is that they experienced or know. But sometimes people have past lives where a part of their soul is stuck in that particular past life. Or, as what I'm going to explain in your case, a person can have multiple past lives where an aspect of their own soul energy is still acting as if, or is still stuck in that previous incarnation. Now, what's also going on with you, which I don't recall ever seeing before, is there appears to be an image of you who was supposed to have all these different past lives within that part of you in the past life, and you were supposed to have it as you came into this life. And for whatever reason, all of that is jammed up. And so that's why you're intuitively going, gee, I don't know what's going on here, but I need to have information about my past lives. So I'm going to go to the part of you that appears to be a soul aspect that is managing previous incarnations, and see if I can get her to come out of that kind of car crash vibration she looks like she's in, and see if we can get her. No, she's too stuck, so I'm not going to go that way. Let's call in your higher self and the overletting diva of your Akashic records and see if we can then go into your personal karmic boardroom. And I am getting a yes on that. So you are moving into that space, and I'm going to ask Archangel Michael to bring into that room the image of this woman that I'm seeing that's carrying all these multiple incarnation soul fragments. Okay, that's working. So she's now sitting across the table from you, and I see you reaching your hands out to her like you really want to heal. And I get the sense that the female that's sitting across the table from you is like in an utter panic. All of a sudden her hair is like really disarrayed, and she's sweating, and she's just really, really like having a panic attack or something. And you're just very, very patiently holding energy for her and just letting her know that you're not afraid of her having a panic attack, and that you're very peaceful, you're very steady, and you're letting her know that it is, when she's ready, it's safe for her. Okay, she's just reaching her hands across the table, and you just took her hands in yours, and she's starting to calm down. And as she's starting to calm down, she is speaking, and she's saying, Robin had it wrong. The different fragments that I was seeing aren't her from other lifetimes. It's that something happened to her in this one lifetime that was so utterly horrific that it split your soul into all these different images. And so again, you're being very, very calm and peaceful with this part of you, and you're saying, okay, just kind of take a deep breath and just continue to let yourself heal from being so upset. And we are going to just hold the space very, very gently for you to bring yourself back together again. There you go. That's very nice. She's calming down more, and she's starting to let her soul aspects heal. And you're not putting any pressure on her to explain anything. I can tell you're really curious, but you're not doing that to this part of you. You're just being very compassionate and empathetic and holding space. And she's starting to become emotional, like she just was so freaked out that she didn't even know that anyone, let alone you, her own future self, would be able to hold this energy for her to get it together. Okay, so now she appears to be calmed down so much she's let go of your hands in this image, and she's starting to look around. She's realizing she's in the karmic boardroom with you, and now she's getting a sense of humor, and she's saying, okay, what do we do to get out of this space? Like, it's okay, okay, got it together, what are we going to do about this? And you're looking at her, and you're saying to her, like, we have some options. You can either let me know what it is you experienced and what you learned in that lifetime, or we can choose to just not learn it. And she's shaking her head no. Like she says whatever happened to her, she wants to get beyond how horrific it was, and she wants to learn whatever it is she had to learn in that lifetime. Now, before I continue, Kristen, are you okay with what we're doing here?
Yeah, I've never heard anything like this ever, but yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do first is I want to know from the part of you that we're talking to in this past life, is whatever happened to her in that life, was it something that at her preconception she agreed to experience? And she's shaking her head no. So the first thing is, no, this horrible thing that happened to her, what she needs to know is that she didn't agree to it. That on a soul level, sometimes when we come into human form, bad things happen, and it really has nothing to do with us. And it's just life sometimes. And so that is the lesson, if you will, is that it's not her fault, it's not something she created, it doesn't have any karma, nothing like that. And she's looking at me and she's saying, okay, I don't want to have that happen to me in future lives. So now that I know that I can come into human form and bad things can happen that weren't part of what I agreed to experience, is there a way that I can say, I don't even want that to happen. I know it can happen, but now I know it. I choose not to experience that sort of thing. And I'm asking the guides if that's possible, and I'm getting a yes. So this part of your soul, what she learned is that once we know that things can happen that are outside of what we thought we were going to have as a life, we can choose to not let those things blindside us. We can say, no, we're not going to experience that at all. If I'm coming into human form, that gig's over. And she's very quickly signing a soul contract with her guides from that lifetime, saying, okay, that's what I learned, that I don't want to do that. I don't want to create a life like that again. And then she's taking your hands, you're both standing up, and she's saying, are you ready? And you're saying, heck, girl, I've been ready for a long time. And I feel her energy moving now with this clarity and sense of purpose and knowledge that as she, with you, integrates, that as you choose to be in the present and move forward in your lives, you will choose to experience things in a more peaceful and harmonious way. And I feel her energy starting to move into yours. Now, as that's happening, do you have any feeling at all in your body?
I'm just really relaxed.
Good. Okay. So let's just continue to let her energy be transformed into light and wisdom and purity through that energy of unconditional love and true healing. Actually, she's just moved into your heart. I can feel that settling in, and I can feel that your overlighting diva of your Akashic records is escorting you as your higher self out of that karmic boardroom, back through your soul spirit, and back into your body in present time. And as you're here, let's continue to just observe your integration as you've experienced this extraordinary soul healing, where you now invite yourself to share in the evolution and education of your own soul and to experience the new idea that you are a soul in human form. And as you, as your soul, know that you know that you know, you will create different experiences for yourself as you move forward. Thank you so much for calling into the show, Kristen.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to have to listen to this over and over, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very self-empowered right now, and I think it will be a wonderful experience for you as you spontaneously experience what this difference has made for you in your life as you go forward. Thank you so much for calling.
Kristen, you can probably listen to this show on our website tonight, robinalexis.com, and go to the YouTube channel. We should have it up by later this afternoon or early this evening. And thanks for the call.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Okay, blessings, dear. This is Mystic Radio, and would you like to communicate with your animals? Or you want a past life reading? Or have you ever seen a spacecraft? Give us a call now, 888-298-5569, locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. We'll be back after these messages. This is Mystic Radio.
Have you been wondering what your past lives are? Have you wondered what your pets' past lives are? Or if you have past lives with your pets? It would be so fascinating for you to find out, wouldn't it? If you would like to book a session with me to explore your or your pet's past lives, you can call Bob at 530-859-2499 or visit robinalexis.com and book in the Mystic Store.
Robin is offering a new service for clients, a Reiki Week with Robin Alexis. Having a Reiki Week with Robin is amazing. She takes you to places inside of yourself that you never knew existed. Whatever issues you might have, Robin is able to look at them from many perspectives, including the influence of your past lives, your higher purpose, your soul contracts, and your overall well-being. Robin works with her team of ascended masters, archangels, and spirit guides who will assist you as needed. Monday through Friday, Robin sends you remote Reiki for 1 hour each day. Then, via text, she sends you detailed and specific information about what she clairvoyantly saw during your private 1-hour session that day. Robin's Reiki Week can transform your life and help you to open up to your truth, your love, and give you a higher perspective. Schedule your Reiki Week with Robin Alexis now. Call Bob at 530-859-2499. That's 530-859-2499 to schedule now.
Did you know you can find all 3 of Robin Alexis's books for sale? Did you also know that you can find all 3 of her books as hard copy and soft copy? You can also find the audio version of all 3 of her books. Look for Raising Humanity, Spirit Lady, The Gift of Robin's Song, and Donkeys, Humans, Butterflies, and Guns, all by Robin Alexis, on Amazon, Kindle, Audible, and iTunes. If you live near Robin in Mount Shasta, California, you can find her books at The Gallery in Mount Shasta.
Are the events of your life or the events of the world getting you down or off balance? Successful and conscious people recognize when their energy is off kilter. Busy parents and professionals can't afford to mismanage their energy. When you feel something is not right, schedule a one-on-one personal phone session with Robin Alexis immediately when you realize you're out of balance and things are not going well. In a testimonial, one person said, "In my personal experience with Robin, she has brought peace of mind to my hectic life. She's like a psychic spiritual empowerment coach that I can rely on, who helps me reset my stamina in 1 hour." Call Bob now at 530-859-2499 and schedule your private one-on-one phone session with Robin Alexis. If it's more convenient, purchase your session at the Mystic Store on RobinAlexis.com. That's the Mystic Store at RobinAlexis.com or call 530-859-2499. Let the metaphysical mother, Robin Alexis, help you keep it together in this unsettling world.
Giving local voices a chance to shine. Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to Mystic Radio with Robin Alexis from mystical Mount Shasta, California. If it's Friday or Sunday, it is Mystic Radio. And would you like to communicate with your animals? Or would you like a past life reading? Or have you ever seen a spacecraft and need to make sense of it? Give us a call now. Talk to Robin. The toll-free number, 888-298-5569. Locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. And to schedule your one-on-one sessions with us and with Robin, 530-859-2499, or go to RobinAlexis.com. Book your private one-on-one session in the Mystic Store. And while on the website, RobinAlexis.com, you're invited to listen to the archives of Mystic Radio on our YouTube channel. We have hundreds of shows, old shows there. You can always get your answers from listening to one of those shows. You can receive free Reiki healings, and you can follow You can follow Robin on Facebook at Robin Alexis, and she also has a great blog that you won't want to miss. So that's the announcements, and we'll get back to Robin, who's got a Facebook question.
Yes, a young man by the name of Jason. He's 35. He can't call into the show for multiple reasons. He has chronic issues with drug use and relationships that fall apart as a result of that, and financial issues as a result of all of that. So he is asking me to do a scan on him as my medical intuitive, etc., and see what we can find. So as I'm tuning into this person who gave me permission to look at him, there are multiple issues presenting. The first thing we're going to go to is a ghost energy. Someplace where his mom was pregnant with him. There is a deceased person, a ghost, that was killed in a very unruly manner, let's put it that way. And for whatever reason, the ghost spirit became bound with the baby Jason during the gestational experience. And so we're going to find out which month. I'm getting it was the 3rd month of pregnancy. And so let's see how we're going to... Okay, so I'm going to imagine that I'm holding the gestational Jason in the crook of my left arm, and I can see the energy of the ghost. It is a man, and the man was killed. The man was involved in unscrupulous matters, And the spirit feels like I'm hearing this man, the spirit, this ghost, was Catholic, and that everything was fine until he died, and then he feels like he can't make his way over to the other side, so he latched onto this baby spirit. And so let's see what we can do to assist him in transitioning to the light. I'm going to bring the ghost spirit up and out, send him back to his own higher self and to the overlighting diva of his Akashic records, as we talked about earlier with Kristen. We're going to send him off with that team to see what they can do to assist him to escort that ghost spirit into the light. And then we're going to go back into the baby Jason and see what we can do to heal how he was damaged by being possessed by a ghost when his mother was pregnant with him. Oh boy, that sounds pretty difficult, but I'm sure we can figure this out, Jason. So let's see how we're going to... Okay, so here what we're going to do. We're going to go into Jason's Akashic records and find out, did he have any kind of a soul agreement with the spirit that he picked up on? And same thing as we got with the previous caller, we're getting a no. This baby spirit, Jason, did not agree to that. And so we need to just let Jason know he's not responsible for the ghost. He's not responsible for all that karma that ghost had. And he can just shake it off and let his own energy start flowing through his system. There we go. I can feel the baby spirit's okay. So I'm just going to place him back into the gestational womb. And then we're bringing up through time. We're going to bring him through his birth. He's fine. His parents love him. I can see they're bonding with him beautifully. Bringing him up to age 6. Something happens at age 6 that is disturbing the child. It feels like it has something to do with, he starts seeing the ghost. Like he starts not only seeing that ghost, but it looks like he's seeing other ghosts who were probably killed by this one that we were just talking about. I know this gets complicated, but hey, you know, when you got murderers and they're dead, all kinds of weird things can happen. So you're going to have to hang out with me if we want to help Jason get over his drug use problem. So, Jason, I want you to understand that around 6 years old, you became, it looks like, clairvoyant, and you began to see ghosts, which you probably had no one in your life who could help you understand that you had psychic ability, and it was probably very terrifying to you. But we're going to take your hand right now and let you know that you're safe now. You're safe now to be gifted. It's okay. You can have psychic ability, and you can bring yourself forward in time. He's actually coming all the way up to age 35, which is how old he is right now. And we're going to let him know that he can shake off all these defense mechanisms that he's been using, like drugs, to shut down his psychic ability, where he could see the ghosts, where he didn't understand that one was attached to him for a very long time. He can just let all of that go, and he can relax and know that his parents love him deeply, his family loves him deeply, and he doesn't need to try to block his psychic ability by using drugs. There we go. I can feel all of his energy starting to relax, and I can feel his spirit, just totally calming down. And with that, I'm just going to let you know, Jason, if you want to, call into the show another time, or if there's anyone else who's listening who struggles with drugs and alcohol, because maybe you're blocking your own psychic ability, you can call into Mystic Radio. So, Jason, you look pretty good to me right now. I'm going to leave my energy rapport with you and trust that you will use the Reiki healing portals at robinalexis.com. For you, I would use the Mythbuster Reiki healing portal. And just let yourself continue to regroup and reset. You're going to be fine. Thank you for your Facebook question.
Hey, didn't you appear on the James Van Prague show?
I did.
Right when he first started his show. And didn't you clear the Aviator studio, the movie for the Aviator?
Yes.
They called you in Los Angeles. Why don't we talk about that for a second?
Well, Bob and I used to live in Beverly Hills, and when I lived there, I had opportunities there that were vastly different than living here in the middle of nowhere in Mount Shasta, California. And so through word of mouth, different folks would hear about me. And one day, James Van Prague called me, and he said he had heard about my work as the metaphysical mother, which means I do this technique that I just used called the chat womb technique, where I can go back in time or go into the future and speak to baby spirits. And James Van Praagh told me that on his show, which at the time was called Beyond, and he was a medium, still is a medium, he would often find baby spirits that had been terminated or miscarried, and he didn't feel that as a man it was appropriate for him to be bringing these things up and working with these women, and he knew that was my expertise. So he wanted me to co-host the show Beyond with him, where he would work in one arc of mediumship and I would work in this other realm. And so that's what we were doing. And then the show was removed from ABC for whatever reason that it was decided, because that's what happens in those particular shows. But anyway, I'm very, very adept. You can go on my website, robinalexis.com. I have a very specific offering called Metaphysical Mothering Readings, where if you are wanting to have a child, or you're having difficulty conceiving a child, or you have a child that has any kind of issues, call me for a session or call into the show. I'm very, very adept at helping people. And I'll tell you, this isn't the first time that someone's had a chronic drug problem has called me, and either a past life problem or a possession problem or their gifted problem is the core reason why they got involved in that sort of behavior in the first place. And once you pull the plug on why someone's doing something, especially when they've already been leaning into making a change for their life, it's able to happen. And so that's kind of the metaphysical mothering piece, is that type of work. But we're going to talk about the work I did on clearing movie sets on another show, Bob, okay?
Okay, that's great. This is Mystic Radio, and we will be back after these messages.
Would you like to experience a Reiki week with me? This is Robin Alexis, and I am a Reiki master. You can choose to experience 1 hour a day where I send you remote Reiki healing. And during that time, because I'm clairvoyant, I probably will see all kinds of information about what's going on with you. After the session, I will text you and give you all the visions and experiences that I saw that you went through. You can then respond with questions if you choose. So if you would like to experience a Reiki week with Robin, that's me. I would love to experience that with you. Please call Bob at 530-859-2499 and he will get you scheduled. That's Bob at 530-859-2499.
If you're a parent, grandparent, or looking to become a parent, the book Raising Humanity by Robin Alexis is for you. In this book, Robin invites you to remember that we all play a part in raising the vibration of the collective consciousness. Connect with the stories of Robin and 21 authors for inspiring stories in Raising Humanity by Robin Alexis, found in print, ebook, and audio versions at Amazon, Kindle, Audible, and iTunes.
Have you been wondering what your past lives are? Have you wondered what your pets' past lives are? Or if you have past lives with your pets? It would be so fascinating for you to find out, wouldn't it? If you would like to book a session with me to explore your or your pet's past lives, you can call Bob at 530-859-2499 or visit robinalexis.com and book in the Mystic Store.
Are you aware that you can use the Mystic Radio archives just like an audio tarot deck? Robin Alexis invites you to her website, robinalexis.com. Click the About Mystic Radio tab, then click on Listen Now. That's where you'll find the archive of hundreds of past Mystic Radio programs. Then, quiet yourself. Put your hands in the prayer position in front of your heart, with feet flat on the floor. Now, take a deep breath. Ask your intuition which program date you need to listen to in order to get the answers to your questions and concerns. Many people have told Robin they've received miraculous healings from the Mystic Radio archives. To continue your healing, you may be guided by your intuition to return to the archives and repeat this process. When Robin Alexis does this herself, she receives impeccable spiritual guidance that she's put into practice. So what are you waiting for? Go to RobinAlexis.com and use the archives of Mystic Radio for your own personal audio tarot deck. What have you got to lose? You might just get the answers you're looking for. That's RobinAlexis.com.
Make us part of your daily routine. Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to Mystic Radio with Robin Alexis from mystical Mount Shasta, California. If it's Friday or Sunday, because we run a recorded version of this show at Sundays at 12 noon, and it's Mystic Radio. And to schedule one-on-one sessions with Robin, you can call us at 530-859-2499, or check out the Mystic Store on our website, robinalexis.com, for details, and follow Robin on Facebook at Robin Alexis. Thanks to all our wonderful callers today. You make the show what it is, and thanks to Benny, always back in the studio, for flying this bus for us here today at Mystic Radio from mystical Mount Shasta. We will see you right here next week. Mystic Radio every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We are now closing this sacred hour of healing with Robin Alexis on Mystic Radio today, and on the subject of intuition and what Mystic Radio is all about. Listen to your body. It's much smarter than your brain. This is Mystic Radio.